I used to think bravery meant defeating fear, pushing through it, conquering it. Because fear was a flaw that needed fixing, I was told. I tried. Over and over again. Told myself I had to be stronger, louder, quicker. But every time I tried to conquer fear, it left me emptier than before. It's strange. I've always been drawn to martial arts, the discipline, the elegance of the movement, the silent respect between two people who could hurt each other but choose not to. I watched from the outside for most of my life, captivated, longing, but the thought of stepping onto that mat? Terrifying. It wasn't the punches or the kicks. It was being seen. The fear that I didn't belong, that I'd be laughed at, that I'd fall behind and never catch up. So I stayed on the sidelines for decades. And then one night, I didn't silence anything. I heard the fear. I let it speak. It told me I wasn't ready, that I didn't belong, that stepping through that door would undo me. It wasn't until that moment, I don't even know what sparked it. It was the way that I had started listening to the tank, to the stillness, to the subtle signs of life I used to miss. Somehow, in learning to listen to the forest, I started to listen to myself. And when I did, I saw fear for who he truly was. He wasn't the enemy. He was the child in me, the one who had carried the burden of keeping us safe, the one who didn't know how else to say, "This matters." Fear had never tried to bring me down. He just didn't want us to get hurt, and fear was the only language he knew. In that moment, I didn't push him away. I didn't try to quiet him. I opened my arms, not fully understanding what I was doing, but listening, truly listening. And he softened. Not because I silenced him, but because for the first time, I welcomed his voice. With him beside me, I stepped forward, not in defiance, not to prove anything, but because something in me had shifted. I no longer needed fear to leave. I need him to come with me. We're going to face the fire, and we're going to do it together. That night, I joined my first Taekwondo class. Not in spite of the fear, but because he showed me where my growth was waiting. The mat was soft beneath my feet, but everything in me was tense. My breath was shallow, my movements unsure. I scanned the room, not for danger, but for the eyes I imagined were judging me. That was the echo of old fear, still trying to protect me, still unsure if he was truly welcome. But something was different. I didn't run, didn't shrink. I breathed. And with each breath, I felt something shift, a loosening. Not of fear itself, he was still there, but of my resistance to him. I didn't need to be perfect. I didn't need to be fast. I just needed to stay. And I did. That was the first victory. Not a strike, not a belt, just presence in a room that used to scare me. That night didn't make me fearless. It made me present. because I had to meet fear in the present moment. I had to truly see him, not as an obstacle, but as a messenger. He wasn't trying to hold me back. He was trying to keep me safe, to ask the right questions. Are we in danger? Will we be okay? And sometimes he's right. Sometimes fear is the voice that saves us. But too often, we feel him rise, and we don't stop to ask. We just run. We run from danger, even when it is only discomfort, even when the thing we're fleeing is the very thing we've been longing for. And lately, I've started to notice when others are standing where I once stood. They may not say it, I may not even know it, but I can feel it in them, that tightness behind the eyes, that careful breath before a word, that silent scream, am I allowed to be here? And though I don't speak it aloud, I root, I breathe, and I stay. Not to lead, not to fix, but so that maybe, just maybe, they won't feel so alone. Fear is still with me, but now he's a dear friend, one I listen to in the moment instead of reacting. We're not out of the woods yet, but I no longer walk them alone.